Welcome to Tough Conversations with David Wood, where play meets depth. We help teams and high-performing leaders like you to master your tough conversations so you succeed in your career and in your life. When we avoid tough conversations, we stay small. Teams stay disengaged, conflicted, and ultimately end up quitting. When we lean in and master our tough conversations, they become the defining moments that literally shape our careers, our relationships, and our lives. So let's dive in and master your next tough conversation so you can be the leader that you would follow. Let's play. Welcome everyone to another episode of Tough Conversations with David Wood. In this one, I'm going to talk about some very simple things you can do to connect deeper with your staff, with your co-workers, on all the connection calls that are starting to pop up, like even virtual happy hours. And also how you can drop in with your family members and on Zoom with friends. Here's the problem. A lot of these calls by default won't create deep connection. It's nice to see people. Hey, I see your face and whatever, and I hear a little bit about you. That's nice. But with some very simple structure, you can actually create some beautiful connection. And I'm going to tell you how. First, a 60-second story that will illustrate the problem. At my birthday party, let's say we had 10 people hanging out and we're having a good time. I'm talking to people just, like that. But then someone said, ding, 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 ding. Could I have your attention, please? Could we sit down at the table and we'll have some focused attention? And it was so beautiful. We went around the room and each person got to say what brought them here. And we all put our attention on one person for a minute or 2 minutes while they talked about what brought them here and also what they were feeling right there in that moment. It was wonderful. It was such a sense of connection that quickly happened, didn't take very long. All it took was a little structure. So you've got a Zoom call. You want to connect deeper with your staff. You want them to connect with each other. You want to maybe give them some solace or help them ground during these challenging times of the pandemic. Or you're connecting with your friends, extended friends, community. You might be hosting a call for your family. What a great time or excuse or reason to just reach out to your extended family and say, let's get on a call together. So you want to connect. Here are 4 steps that I recommend. I'll take you through check-in, Zoom gazing, which is a term that I've just made up, and I'm borrowing this from my friend Robbie Carlton, who first introduced me to this, and then dyads, breakout rooms, and then group share. Simple structure that can really have people connect much deeper. Step 1 is the check-in. Let's go around the room, depending on how many people you've got, right? If you've got more than 15, this may not be practical. Let's go around the room and have every person share for a minute what they're feeling right now, or how you're handling the pandemic, the coronavirus right now. It's often good to give people a sentence stem that they can finish. What I'm enjoying most about the pandemic is, that could be your sentence stem. Or the biggest opportunity for me right now is something that brings their voice into it. And we all get to put our attention on that person. Another thing, this is might seem a little bit woo-woo for the corporate scene, but boy, I think it's so cool. I had a facilitator say, just pick somebody. Click gallery view on Zoom so that you can see everybody's face, and then pick one person's picture and pin that picture, which means you'll just see that person's picture big on your screen. And just imagine you're looking into their eyes. Imagine you're sitting right across from them and just breathe and take them in. That was awesome. It's so scary to do face to face, but the other person doesn't even know that you've chosen them. I felt very free to just take them in and just breathe and imagine I could feel their energy. So that you might not choose to do that for your team depending on the company, but it's a wonderful thing to do. Then what I highly encourage
is breaking people into rooms. There's a feature if you change your Zoom settings that you can use breakout rooms, and then you can pop people into dyads, groups of 2, and give them a sentence stem. Again, what I'm feeling right now is, or what's new and good with me is, or my biggest challenge right now is. And the rule is you give them a time, like 2 minutes, and the other person has to listen, not interrupt. Again, we've got a bit of focused attention. And then you switch, and if you're the moderator, you can actually send a message that says switch, and then you can close the rooms automatically after 4 minutes, for example. And then come back and then have people share. What did you discover about the other person? How were you impacted by that? So there you have it. 4 steps to truly connecting over Zoom. We've got the check-in. We've got Zoom gazing, if you choose to do that. We've got breakout rooms or dyads, and then a group share. Super simple. We're quarantined right now. Let's use this time wisely. This is really a chance to truly drop in with other people. Great way, tiny little structure to be able to drop in deeper. We're quarantined right now. Let's use that time wisely.
You've been listening to Tough Conversations with David Wood. Now it's action time. Mastering your tough conversations will have a major impact on your team, your company, and you as a high-performing executive or entrepreneur. If you're ready, request a discovery session with me at playforreal.life so we can transform your team, your company, and you. And if you've enjoyed this episode, I would love you to help me spread this message of tough conversations in a very simple way. Just leave a public review at playforreal.life/podcast. And you may hear me read it out loud and thank you live on a future podcast. Now, let's play.